All right, besties, welcome to episode 4 of Utopian Unraveled, aka the show where we take one look at the world and say, this can't be real life, but then remember, oh yeah, it is. I'm your host, Kiwi, your narrator between timelines, between truths, smooth like radio static in space, soft like a shadow beneath an archive. Today, we unravel a reality so chilling, it slips seamlessly into fiction and back out again. So this episode is going to be a little bit more serious, out of respect. Let us begin with two names, Rumeysa Ozturk, Mahmoud Khalil. Two scholars, two seekers, two stories detained. The FBI says it's an investigation. The media says it looks like kidnapping. And the people? They're wondering if protest is a crime now. Like what? Rumeysa Ozturk, a doctoral student at Tufts University, scholar of child studies and human development, beloved teacher, a friend. On March 27th, she vanished. Surrounded without warning, detained for alleged activities related to terrorist organizations. No prior notice, no explanation, just silence. A similar story, different coast. Mahmoud Khalil, a graduate fellow at Columbia University, a Palestinian-American green card holder, arrested. ICE seized his home. Agents poured into his building like ink and water. He disappeared into legal limbo. His support for Palestine cited, his freedom questioned. Both arrests, prestigious universities, Tufts, Columbia, both voices silenced mid-sentence, both accused without charge of something spectral, something that looks a lot like Dissent. Now, dear listener, you may be wondering, what is this dystopia pretending to be democracy? When activism is answered with surveillance, when speech is rewritten as threat, when identity becomes liability, have we returned to the smoldering fear of the early 2000s? Are we reliving the post-9/11 paranoia, this time rewritten for a new generation? Now, Ozturk was not a stranger to compassion. She was building a future from the soft scaffolding of research and education. Her work at Tufts centered on supporting children, particularly those from underserved communities. Her colleagues describe her as thoughtful, brilliant, deeply kind. And yet, she was taken, detained without clarity, her body removed, but her absence louder than her voice was ever allowed to be. Mahmoud Khalil was no less dedicated, a green card holder, an academic, a student of law and policy. His support for Palestinian rights, spoken, tweeted, chanted, has now placed him at the heart of a national controversy. ICE detained him under vague terror affiliations, yet no formal charges have been filed. His legal team calls it unconstitutional. His peers call it targeted. So we must ask, is this the new norm? Do elite institutions offer no sanctuary for protest? Is our First Amendment conditional now? Now, this may sound extreme, but due to the recent events that have occurred with Mahmoud Khalil, I find it kind of suspicious how funding has been removed from Columbia University, and shortly after the Department of Education is being abolished. Is Columbia University being used as a prime example for the loss of funds? If this can be done to universities and colleges, and now the Department of Education is up for grabs or allegedly up for sale, what does this mean? I don't know, guys, but that has been sitting on my mind for a minute. Like, what does all of this mean? Are these dots connected? Now, you may be wondering, why am I babbling on about this? Why bring in fiction when reality is this stark? Because, my dear Unravelers, fiction has already warned us. You see, The Jailing of Cecelia Capture by Janet Campbell Hale, a novel set in 1985 but suspended in every era. It follows Cecelia, a Native American woman and law student, arrested on her 30th birthday. Her cell becomes a mirror, and through it, we see a cycle: poverty, trauma, loss, and resilience. We see what systems do to those who challenge them while navigating them. Cecelia is like all of us, hopeful, flawed, reaching for something more. Her arrest is not just personal, it is political. The weight of her identity turns the law from shield to weapon. Like Ozturk and Khalil, Cecelia is punished for existing too boldly, for trying to rise while carrying a history not written by the victors. Hale's novel speaks to the stripping of cultural identity, the scars of systemic poverty, the echoes of abuse and societal abandonment, the impossible expectations of marginalized women, and still, the resilience that refuses to die. Cecelia's cell is today's ICE detention center. Her silence is today's Twitter blackout. Her fears are today's headlines. So here we are, 1 foot in literature, 1 foot in law enforcement, both trembling. What we see in the arrests of Rumeysa, Ozturk, and Mahmoud Khalil is not justice, it is repetition. And what we read in the Jailing of Cecelia Capture is not fiction, it is prophecy. Thank you for listening to Utopian Unraveled. If you like this convo, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for future episodes. If this tale rattled your utopia, good. It was meant to. Share it, reflect on it, and next time you protest, remember, the system may not be watching, but Kiwi always is. Until next time, Unravelers, keep reading between the bars. Always remember, reading isn't just important, it's power. Stay curious.